a little bit white with the blue and then start apply on a paper, sorry, on a canvas. This is a little lighter than mine. So I'm going to take the blue, a little white, mix with it. Give me lighter blue. And I can use both pure light blue and this mixture with the white color. Both are okay. And then the cobalt blue, then the orange, I mean, if you have the orange, that would be okay to use that. If not, lots of yellow and a tiny touch of red give us the light orange color. Because red is so strong, I don't want to add a lots of red. I'm going to start with this mixture first, apply on a canvas, and go on back, left and right, add the paint on top of the canvas. The amount of paint, it depends totally the size of canvas and the texture, actually, the model that we work with. This is a paper, canvas paper, and absorb a lots of paint. So sometimes we need to apply more paint. But always I recommend to go with like heavy texture, because heavy texture give us a nice result. You easily can cover the white of canvas and get rid of that white of canvas easily. Even when we apply by this blue color, when we see it's light, at the same time, take some white color, don't let it dry. When you bring the white color on top, it can mix very well together. And even if some line like that be visible, would be fine, because under the water we have so many of them that we would like to do it later. I try my best to make the top part as light as it can. Even when the light blue is not much light, I'm going to add more white color on top and mix on the surface. So I'm okay till here. We have a little bit space for the bottom part. Now I'm going to bring a little white or lighter blue on top. Pure white, a little on top here. And again, I don't want to let it dry. Clean the brush. I give you to finish it, all of it. Just even if you're not finished yet, would be fine. Then clean the brush very well. Take some yellow, pure yellow, and bring it to the edge of this blue. You can see such a nice green color make. Just a narrow line we need this color. We don't need to bring it lower, but it's really beautiful. And then clean the brush very well. Move on to the orange color. And then finish the painting with the orange color. Make it a little thicker here, then narrow here, come up. A little bit empty space in between, then move on. Some part a little light, like this, some liney, some less. But this is just a paint, the pure white color. If I don't want to keep like that, if I want to blend a little bit close to that, I'm not adding any more paint. Little by little work on it. Bring a little bit watery brush, just a bit water. When you bring the water, touch the napkin, a little bit touch the edge. Touch the edge. This helps the wet paint actually fade to the background. Even sometimes it's okay to bring some watery brush stroke because it helps the paint not so strong and go to the background, move into the background. And we need a lot this technique in the wave that we see on top of the water. So we can go with the pure paint, or after that, add a little bit watery brush stroke. And just play with the tip of brush to shape it interesting like that. I don't want to have a hard edge in my white wave. So I try my best to add a little bit water around it and make it fade. Or at the beginning, when you bring the white color, bring a drop of water into that, make it runny. Not much, a little bit, and then move on with that. It's already have a water inside, and even try to make it a little bit more disappear. We don't need to be so liney. It's okay to have a thicker line. to be really like the straight line. We can go in angle, like this angle, come down a little bit, move down a little bit, play with this light and dark, or even like that, like X shape, like and turn like that to make it more pointy. It has a water in my brush. First of all, I'm going to draw the shape of diamond on this part of the canvas, on the center, but in a bluey part. So one like this, the line on top, one here. Even I know that it's on orange, but it's fine. We can do by white and then add the orange on top. Like this. And then like that. This is the diamond shape. And then I can add some white color under it. Like this. And then move on with the yellow color on top. Add some yellowy color. But you see that yellow is go to the background because the background is so dark, the blue. When we want to help the yellow color sit on top, be so thick and more yellow, because yellow is transparent, we need to make it opaque. So a touch of white, make the yellow opaque. Mix yellow with white and help the yellow be lighter and even thicker. Now apply with this yellow on top. You see that it sits on top of the surface very well. Because the white is opaque, when we mix with transparent yellow, it helps the yellow get thickness. So clean it by napkin, move on with the thicker paint of white. Layer by layer, we can add the paint and make it thicker and thicker. This is the fish body. And if you make a thickness on it more with the texture would be fine because it help come out. Make the tip little liney. With drop of water, I can do that. Even on the bottom part, we need some more narrow line like this. And on the top part is orange, but I just would like to make this one. Before move on to the orange, I want to shape this like a bluey. It's already blue visible under it, so a little bit lighter, light and loose, and that happened by wet brush stroke. So adding a little bit water into the paint, turn to completely diluted into that, and then very gently, a little bit of space, make some movement like this. Bring it close to the body. Let it be like that. And then touch the napkin. From this part, move on here a little bit again. And I'm not adding the blue color now. I just leave it to be visible like that. to make it transparent. Then move on with the orange on top. Again, if the orange cannot sit on top, you can mix a little bit white with that. Shape it more look like the real fish. I come a little bit curvy here. We need to wait get dry and then add the eye on top. And a little bit come with the orange to the tail. Always have a napkin to clean the brush. Then we need to back to the white color with water brush stroke. Same as this section, add a little bit details on top. Put this here, and because purple, we can reach purple by mixing blue and red. But if you mix blue with this red, this is the warm red, you will reach burgundy color, not the purple. So burgundy is nice too, but if you want to have exactly purple, we need to use pinky red, not the warm orangey red. So this is the cobalt. And then I take a little cobalt, put this here, red, mix them together. This is too dark and really dark purple, which is good for the darker part. For this, I mean. Mix these two together. If I want to make it lighter, I can add the white color. And you can see very nice light purple is come out. And if you want to have more reddish purple, add more pink into that. Out, come inside, a little bit like that, come out again. And come inside, go out a little bit, make it not a zigzag. I would like to make it look like a mountain edge. Be like this. And then you can add randomly some tone here inside. I need this part to keep as an empty part to be visible, the part of the sea here. So I keep this part be completely light. And add randomly some darkness everywhere. . If you feel happy with this edge, then you can add more paint around it. Then move on with the lighter tone and fill on the other side, which is not covered by darker purple. Add here, even if you're interested to have thicker paint to make it more heavy, would be okay, because after it gets dry, give us a heavy texture. And I see it's fine like that. Then still I want to have more lighter tone. Take some more white into my paint that I have already on my brush. Then very gently touch some part like this to shape look like the one that we have already on the model, and make it lighter. Add a drop of water into that, make it runny just a bit. And again, it looks like the edge that we add for the fish. It looks like outlining the fish. So we need to keep the brush straight like this, and then apply, move on, come up. So sometimes because of the color is not much visible, I can add a white color into this mixture, make it lighter. Would be better because we have already dark blue. So it helped this be visible. So again, nice and long. The other one is like this, close to that. And the third one is like again this one. After that, I'm going to start with smaller brush stroke. We can start by red. I just take the red because it's thick. I don't need to add water into that. And just the main branch is one here, a little bit thicker. I feel more happy to mix with the pink. So let me red with pink, give me darker tone. So I feel more like this color, the new one. Okay, I'm going to add this color here, a little bit thicker. And then on the other side, a little bit come out like that. These are the main branch. And then we can add tiny branch around it. I'm not adding any water for this one. It can be thick, so it would be fine. The only technique that we use with the water is because we want to have narrow brush stroke or narrow line. If it want to be thick, it's okay to use with just the paint. but as much as busy we can do it to make it interesting. Even on the other branch, I just go with more line like this, more narrow, tiny line around. I just would like to make it interesting and more thick and busy. So we need to mix a little bit white to make it opaque because yellow is too transparent. And a touch of blue. I don't need to add a lots of blue because the blue strong can make the value change so fast. I would like to have this light green color. And again, back to the round and pointy brush. Clean it. It's okay to bring a drop of water into this mixture. Move your brush into that. Make it diluted with this paint. And then start from the top part and start with one nice, like a C curve. You can play with this green color to move a little bit interesting like that. And even if you would like to make it some part darker, we have already cobalt blue. We have yellow. We can mix these two together to reach darker blue as well. So we can have another green, a little bit darker, come on top, just like that. Back to the lighter green, I want to have a shorter one to have a little bit start from here, go on the other way, then come down.